There'll be some men that you can't friend zone because they constantly remind you, not just that you're beautiful and you're great, but they remind you that there's some sexual interest in you. So they'll remind you that they have some chemistry with you. Friend zone men will either never say anything, or when they do say it, they say it the same way a woman would say a compliment, like, I like your dress, or that your hair looks nice. They say the same things a female could have done. And the other thing that friend zone men do is they spend too much time around women who are not showing physical interest in them. They're spending too much time investing in women who haven't signaled attraction to them. Men that avoid the friend zone is they gear themselves naturally towards women they can see are attracted to them. There's some level of mutual attraction.
Signaling attraction could mean a lot of things. For some, it means not being a criminal. And that's what these modern...
So I just found out that I'm not hot. And this was based on a really humbling experience where I'm trying to get 4 men together to help me move a really heavy object from point A to point B. Not a far point A to point B either. And I can't do it. It can't be done. I'm in hell. I've tried for days, texting every man I know. Can you please come help me move this heavy thing? It's a piece of granite, by the way. I think we can use that as a gauge. Number 1, can you get a group of men to help you move a heavy object from point A to point B? Number 2, how far can you get them to move it? Because what I need is a piece of granite moved about 15 feet. Cannot gather 4 men to do that. Oh, I can't. I'm going to be hung over that day. Oh, I can't. Football is on. Wah. Number 1, they don't make men like they used to. Because how come nobody wants to be helpful? Little helpless old me? You want me to pick up the granite slab? Why? You're not being helpful. Number 2, I need to level up.
I'm sorry, but this is not telling of how hot you are. This is telling of how many men that you've placed in your friend zone. And it sounds like they all exited themselves without you even realizing. Because if you think that men are just going to give all of that effort, all of that time just because you're attractive and you're literally just sitting there and you're not reciprocating anything back, they are over that. They would rather have a true friend that they're putting effort towards, or they'd rather have somebody that's wanting to be in a real relationship with them. It's that simple. Stop trying to expect things from men when you're giving them literally nothing back.
I'm saying, you never supposed to trust these girls out here, bro. Never trust a girl. These girls would cheat on you, lie to you, straight to your face, bro. It happened to me. They would lie to you straight to your face and cheat on you straight to your face.
I'm different.
Girls put guys in the friend zone.
Because we don't like them, they're too nice.
What's wrong with being nice?
We like talking.
This is exactly why there's so many men that are just done dating. Because if they're a good man, they're being told that they're too nice by this type of woman. And her advice is playing toxic games like not texting her back. Good men don't want that. But what they're being forced to do is weave through this toxic craziness and trying to stay true to themselves, all while hoping that by the time that they do find their match that is also of healthy mindset, that they're ready for her. Which is easier said than done.
Stifler, ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Can't pick 7. Your answer?
8. I rate myself a 10, but most guys would rate me like between a 7 or a 9.
That girl said I rate myself a 10, but most guys gonna rate me between a 7 or a 9. You mean 7 or 9 minus 7 or 9? Are you serious?
Men don't come up and ask or talk to you anymore. Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? The masculinity on earth has diminished.
Y'all dug this hole for yourselves, man. Men was approaching y'all. Y'all told us stop.
Men are really terrified out here, bro, of being labeled as a creep and being inappropriate or like
getting embarrassed in public. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? End up viral because you unasked a woman out in the most respectful way. Like, you know what I mean? So I think men are just choosing their peace at the end of the day. Like, and we're not going to go out our way unless we know that it's 100%. You know how field goal percentage? The field goal percentage got to
be 100.
So we ain't just taking those like low field goal percentage shots.
Guys will ask a girl out and like not even care about who they are as a person. Like they really just want to see you as a girlfriend and a girlfriend only. And if you don't want to be their girlfriend or go out with them, then you are actually like dead to them.
They don't want to be your friend. They're not, I don't know how big can we make the letters? They don't, ladies, they don't want to be your friend. They don't want to be friend zoned. they don't want to sit on the sidelines and hear about your dating experience with another guy and be a shoulder to cry on. That's all in the column of waiting until you break up with that guy so he can slide into the box of dating. They're talking to you because they want to date you.
And y'all know y'all don't want to be that man's friend either. So I don't know why we go through this whole back and forth. You know you don't have any interest in that man like that, other than helping you move out your college dorm, other than him coming over there for free, paying half to rent you a U-Haul, and then him doing 50 to 70% of the work, and you won't even buy him no pizza.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, you know, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time, and I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
This is absolutely the result of men leaving the friend zone, which is becoming so widespread that here we see a woman coming online asking other women if she can borrow their husbands. It's called a handyman. You Google somebody locally, you call that number, and then guess what? You have to pay for it. Because trust me, no husband wants to spend hours at your house, even if his wife is there, to fix things for you and then get just a beer and some food out of it. That man would much rather just stop for some takeout food on the way home from work and then actually be able to sit down for an hour, which is honestly all he wants, because these husbands out here are tired. Lastly, could you imagine a man coming on here making a video and talking about how he wants to borrow your wife in order to do wifey things like cleaning and cooking and doing laundry? No, he would be canceled so quickly and he would be kicked off of social media. But that doesn't happen when a woman makes that video because of the double standard.
So you were right here all along.
Right here in the friend zone for 8 years, while you dated the DJ, the personal trainer, and the struggling artist.
I was young. I needed to get that out of my system. But now I'm ready for a real man.
You are tired. The bad boy stopped calling. And you need someone to pay for the lifestyle you can no longer afford.
Wow. That is harsh. I am choosing you. Isn't that what you always wanted? To be the one?
You aren't choosing me. You are settling for me. There is a difference between being a priority and being a safety net.
It's called growing up. I value stability now. I want to build a family with you.
You gave your best years to men who didn't care about you. Now you offer me the leftovers and expect full price.
You are so bitter. You should be happy I'm finally giving you a chance.
You think you are the prize. But at 32, with debt and baggage, you are not the prize. I am.
So that's it? You're rejecting me because I have a past?
I don't buy a car with 200,000 miles for the same price as a new one. No matter how much you polish the paint.
Enjoy dying alone, Cole. You threw away a good woman.
I didn't throw anything away. I just declined to be the recycling center. Close the door on your way out. I am not a consolation prize. I am the destination. And you took too many detours.
And I wish more and more men would just start thinking like this. I see too many men give these washed up, over-the-hill women chances. I've seen many men waited for women for years and think that finally she's coming around. No, boss, she's not coming around. Listen to what this gentleman just says. Yes, it's a cartoon. Yes, it's AI generated. But the story is factual. This happens every day. Every freaking day. Let's have a real life example, shall we?
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
There was a woman the other day that was a single mother, and she was talking about God laid this on my heart to ask, how come you men are passing us sisters by? Just because we went out there and made a mistake, just because, we might have done something, doesn't mean that you throw us away. You're not being thrown away. Oh, we're still deserving of love. You are. But I'm not wanting to marry you. I don't have to marry you. I don't want to deal with that. Not after we've seen men talking silly, women talking silly. Most recently, that woman talking about, well, even after 10 years of you been there, since my son was darn near a newborn, I think he might have been 1, if that. Being there that entire time, I'm still putting you as last priority is crazy work.
She really likes you like that, bro. She ain't gonna hit you up out of the blue. She can hit you up out of the blue because she know, regardless of what you had planned, that you would jump at an opportunity to marvel all over her and fund the whole activities.
Ooh.
She know you are a nice guy. If she hits you up to do any kind of manual labor, move my couch, mount my TV, build this furniture, that's because you're a nice guy. They have TaskRabbit for that, baby. And I typically say no all the time.
Why?
Because I'm not a nice guy. My wife been with me 19 years. I'm not a nice guy. I'm not nice. I'm confident. I'm not nice. I'm a plum. I'm not nice. I'm consistent. I'm not nice. I'm good in bed. I'm not nice. I'm kind. I'm kind.
Let's say you're a friend zone guy. Use those friend zone girls to make the other friend zone girls jealous. Pit them against each other. You know, they don't know that you're not f***ing that girl. So make that friend zone girl jealous of this friend zone girl, and pretty much you'll be fucking both of them.
There is no such thing as opposite sex friendships. To one degree or another, there's some attraction.
Yes.
And it may be 51, 49%. I don't know. But somebody is attracted to the other person. There is no such thing as opposite sex platonic relationships. Email me, at me, don't care what you do. But I'm telling you, if you're not attracted to him, he's attracted to you. And if he's not attracted to you, you're attracted to him. So once you enter into a relationship with a guy, there are no opposite sex friendships. You can have acquaintances.
Yes.
And you can certainly mix it up, you know, in open spaces, social spaces, but there are no intimate friendships, close friendships with the opposite sex once you've entered into a relationship.
I get to ask a question. Okay. If I had a flat tire, would you A, help me fix it? Like come out, help me fix it? B, buy me a new car? Or C?
They're called orbiters. We call those guys orbiters. They're orbiting around you, waiting to get at you. You gotta cut them off too. So what's the difference? You think someone's gonna marry you with 5 guys in the friend zone and let you keep those relationships and go to dinner with them and go to the gym with them? You think a guy of value is gonna allow that?
See, this is a problematic conversation because yes, I do.
So you marry a guy and he has J-Lo and
say Rihanna. I can't stand her.
Rihanna,
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez. He has all these girls in the friend zone, and he's, hey, I'm gonna go to lunch with Selena Gomez right now. You okay with it?
No.
I'm gonna go to lunch with Ariana Grande. Hey, J-Lo just hit me up. I'm gonna go train her. She wants me to help her with her Pilates. It's okay, wife. I'll be back.
Wow.
Are you okay with that?
No.
So why would he be okay with that?
Right.
And you can see the light bulb go off in her head like, yeah, I see what you're saying. And it comes down to boundaries. A lot of modern women, they don't really have any boundaries for their girlfriends. And so they take that sort of mindset into, not all women, but some of these women out here take that same mindset into a friendship with their guy friends. Right? The guy comes in, he likes you, and you're doing a whole bunch of stuff with the guy. Honestly, you're doing stuff that would make the guy think, oh man, she likes me. It's like, oh, well, we're just friends, we're doing that. Yeah, but you do a lot more with him. It's the same, but it's different. You guys might connect in a different way, but what he's trying to get you to do is establish boundaries from the jump, from the get-go. Now, you might have grown up with that guy, you know, and in that specific instance, that might be a little bit of a different dynamic. Or you might have been friends with this person. There's genuinely nothing going on. And so there's a different dynamic there. But I think once a partner is introduced, he shouldn't or she shouldn't have to tell you, hey, this relationship, assuming that you guys, we're hanging out, we're over each other's house, that sort of thing, and just giving you the benefit of the doubt that nothing is going on, you're not going to go over their house like that anymore because you have me. So you're not necessarily single anymore because you have me. Now you might go over to the house and be there for like maybe a few minutes. Oh man, yeah, I just got here. Maybe it's, let's say for instance, to give you an example, you go over there for a surprise birthday party or something like that. He's friends with a girl. He shows up, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes before everybody else because he comes from work. Oh yeah, Sabrina's on the way. Okay, you want me to help? You want me to help get set up? Can I take out some trash? And he's kind of working and he's busy, right? But it's not necessarily too many times that he's there for an hour, 2 hours, all night while you chilling at the crib, right? Y'all might go out to eat, might have lunch every so often where y'all are out that long, and you might have some stuff, or he might have some stuff to tell you. Maybe it's a business deal, y'all working together on that, or maybe something that happened with somebody else, maybe a mutual friend that you know, and he's kind of talking to you about it, or you talking to him about it, and y'all are having conversation. And the significant others or the spouses can come if they want to. Oh yeah, they can come. As a matter of fact, I told him to come. He not coming. He act like he got to be on that game. He act like he got to be on football. Yeah, man, I've been trying to get my girl to come up here. I told her you gonna be here, but she ain't want to come. She out with her mom, I guess, and she said her mom gonna be in town till tomorrow, so I guess it's just us today. Yeah, man, I guess so. Well, we gonna have to send them pictures and tell them they missing out on the fun. And maybe you bring something for the wife or the husband home, right? There might be some specific instances that's going on. But what he's essentially telling you is you need to start, because most modern women don't, you need to start putting up a boundary. They just continue to act the way they've been acting, running up on and jumping on the man, and him wrapping himself around you like that, and you wrapping yourself around him, and laying all up in each other's bed and stuff like that. And at some point in time, somebody gonna feel something, and something gonna get done, or might get close to being done. You don't want that problem. So what he's essentially saying is, at some point in time, put up some boundaries.
Whenever I've told them this, I get, yeah, but then I'll get friend zoned. So now we'll have to talk about how the friend zone doesn't exist. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Alright, it's time. Let's shed some light on what the friend zone is. From the male perspective, the friend zone is what happens when a man is interested or attracted to a woman and she does not return those feelings, but she does find them a good enough companion to be considered a friend and has no intention on escalating that relationship. And when this happens, men feel slighted or cheated because, as they understand it, it's supposed to be transactional, like a store. I put in niceness and I get back affection or sex. But because women aren't holding up their end of the bargain, the man is just being stuck their friend and not getting anything out of it. So that's what the friend zone is. This woman that I like sees me as a friend and nothing more, and that's not fair to me. Now here's why the friend zone doesn't actually exist. The friend zone can't happen if you don't present yourself as a friend. If you're interested in somebody and you present yourself as a potential partner, hey, I'm really interested in you, I think you're very attractive, do you want to go out and get some coffee or something? If they accept it, we can take it from there. If they reject it, you don't have to interact with that person. Now, if instead of that you decide, oh, I really like this person, I'm going to get close to them and do really nice things for them in hopes that maybe one day they're going to realize how great of a person I am and decide that they want to be with me. Well, that's an interaction under false pretenses. That's manipulation. You don't actually like them. You just want to have them. This sounds like another video I made. The friend zone can't happen if they're actually your friend. If this is someone you genuinely like as a person and you genuinely value their friendship, it's not the friend zone, it's just a friendship. The friend zone can't happen because you're not entitled to a woman's body regardless of how nice you are or how well you treat them. The idea that somebody should want to be with you or should sleep with you, that's entitlement. They are under no such obligation. So yeah, the friend zone can exist. Either they're genuinely your friend and you actually care about them, or they're not and you're just pretending, and your hope is that you can lie for long enough that eventually they'll catch feelings for you. So yeah, that's the friend zone.
No. Because see, once again, we're going to try to blame men for doing stuff. When you come up to this person, let's say you don't know this person, right? And then you are an acquaintance of this person. Oh, I met the person at a bar. Exchange numbers, and that was it. He said, hey, you want to get together and get some lunch one day? Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, nobody else is coming. Or maybe he might say, hey, I saw Josh come, to the hangout that we had, and we got to really talk, and he seems like a pretty cool guy. But Josh has feelings for you the whole time. Like ever since he saw you, he was like, oh shoot, man, I think she's cute. I'd like to get to know a little bit about her. Okay. So you guys, go to this little get together, you know more about Josh after that, and Josh still likes you, right? So you get together again where it's supposed to be a group of you people that hang out, and maybe you two are the last two talking or something like that, or you maybe even have a brief exchange or something like that. You have a pleasant conversation. I'm always pleasant with him. He's always pleasant with me. Pretty good guy. Pretty good. I consider him a good friend, right? You don't even know if you have feelings for him yet, if you'll ever develop feelings for him at all. So that's that. Josh then decides, because if somebody were to ask you at that point in time, hey, how do you know Josh? Oh, he's a friend. I met him at X, Y, and Z. You would say he's your friend because we've been friendly. Doesn't have to be my best friend, but we are friends because we are friendly. That's how people would use the term. Now, if Josh one day says, hey, Jana, do you mind if I talk to you? Like, I want to talk to you about something real quick. And then he says, hey, I know this might be kind of weird and kind of coming out of left field, but, I thought the best way might be to, kind of let you know, I do think that you're very pretty, and I've been having a really good time just listening to you, talking to you, getting to know you through us hanging out, with friends and stuff like that. I wanted to know if there was any possibility that you and I could maybe get some coffee sometimes. Am I being too forward? Is that something that, you'd be interested in? If not, that's cool. I just thought I would, present the opportunity, as, my feelings, and then wanted to know how you felt about it instead of if I got weird. No, totally not weird. Totally cool. And then she gives you an answer. Yeah, I don't know if I really see you that way. I see us more than friends. I think that you're a really good friend. Yeah, I appreciate that. No problem. I don't want to make it weird, but yeah, I just thought I'd ask. You were trying to move into, well, I would like to see you as something a little bit more. Maybe we can develop a little bit more of a friendship, or like a closer friendship, and then maybe some exclusivity, romance, love and marriage, yada. Right? But I'm trying to get up to this rung, but she's putting me down to this rung. She's keeping me down in this rung. But because I like her as a person, I would still be her friend. Am I happy about being only this to her? Not really, because I feel like I could be more, right? If she goes out there, and now mind you, we're still friends. We're going because it requires two people to be in a relationship. We're going as far as she wants to go. That's it. That I'm not going any further, right? I want more, but I'm gonna still be there for her. Okay? If we go out to do something, we still get together, me and her still talk as if nothing ever happened. There's still that thing that we know, but as if nothing ever happened. You're still in the friend zone because you are a friend. You're in different zones. Does that make sense? Like even though, it's a friendship and you actually care about the person. Right. The friendship is still an area. There's boundaries. It's a zone. It's a lane. Stay in the friendship lane. Do not veer over into a more intimate relationship, and do not veer away from me into a more acquaintance relationship, because then I'm going to call you and be like, hey, stranger, where you at? What's going on? So you are in the friend zone. This is why women feel like it's weird, because we were here in this lane driving along as friends, But then when he asked me to be something more, he tried to veer into the wrong lane, into the intimate lane. I corrected it for him, and I said, right here, you drive right here. And so he decided, actually, this is my exit. I'm going to veer off into the acquaintance lane. And she didn't like that. You are supposed to be in the lane that I want you in. You are supposed to be my friend. But you veered off into acquaintance to where we don't talk as much anymore. You don't take me out as much as you used to anymore. You're not always there for me to cry, a shoulder for me to cry on late at night. So I'm upset about that. I want you back as this type of friend. And a man is saying to you, I can be a friend to you, but I'm not going to be the type of friend that you can call at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning anymore. I think that's okay. You're telling me these things. Listen, you just drew a boundary for me and you said, nope, we won't be intimate. I feel a way about you. And because of that, now I start to build a fence to protect myself. Because before, I was trying to knock at your door and say, oh, do you mind if I come into this fence? Hey, partner, hey, stranger. Do you mind if I come in and sit with you and talk with you for a while? You said no. You can come through this fence, but not through this one. This is reserved for somebody that I actually like. And now I say, okay, that's fine. I will erect my own fence to where if I don't want to cross that path, I make sure that I have something that's stopping me from encroaching on your territory so we can remain friends. I don't want to be the person to make you feel like or force you to feel like I'm trying to come on and hey, now if you just go out with me, now girl, I've been talking to you for 5 years. I've been your friend for 5 years. You need to go ahead and marry me. You need to go ahead and now that man didn't do you right. I don't want to be the man to do that. So in order for me to step back and be a proper friend to you, now I'm no longer paying for lunch all the time. You can pay sometimes. Now I am no longer taking you out on dates all the time. When we go out, once again, you can pay. Now I am no longer buying you little gifts. You can buy me gifts sometime because we are friends and we keep it friendly and we keep it as a friendship. And I will keep on exploring other options elsewhere because I understand that you and I are going to be friends. You will be invited to the wedding. You might even, because we're friends, be my godmother, be my child's godmother. Depends on our level of friendship. But you and I have established boundaries based on what you told me. And I will establish boundaries back so we can be friends. It's like my dad told me, good fences make good neighbors. If one neighbor is always crossing over into another neighbor's yard, that neighbor, after a while, especially after they've been warned, is trespassing. The friend zone exists. Just because you don't want it to exist doesn't mean that it's poof, disappear, it's gone. No, I'm in the friend zone. I want more, but she doesn't want more. Therefore, I draw a boundary. I go find somebody else. And those boundaries remain up because we are friends. Me and my homeboys have some of the same boundaries. Does that mean that you'll never be able to talk to me at 2 o'clock in the morning and spill your guts to me? No. If you're really going through a hard time, then yeah, I'm your friend. I'll be there for you. But doing it every night just because you ain't got nobody to talk to, you've got to pump the brakes as well. You have to understand where I'm coming from.
How many guys do you have in your friend zone?
Approximately 3.
All right. Sarah?
Probably like 10 or 11.
10 or 11. The guys go out the way for y'all. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Yeah, they go out the way for y'all. Y'all could easily hit up a and he'll send you 40 for cash out. All y'all can get 40 right now. Matter of fact, we about to try it. Sarah, get your phone. I'm going to tell you what to do, but after that, you're going to text him and be like, JK, I was on a podcast. I'll send the 40 right back to you. Call him. Let's see.
All right, let's call this one.
Yes, Sarah, how are you?
Good. How are you? I got a quick favor. I was
That's why
wondering.
you called me. I thought you missed me.
Of course, you know I miss you. Is there any way I could get like $80 from you?
I mean, yeah.
All right.
Can I sell it to you?
Could you do 100 and then I'll explain later?
Yeah, but Zelle is fine because I don't have cash.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So go ahead. Call him.
Hello? I need to ask you something. Can you send me 100? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
How long you been your friend for?
Like a year or two.
Had him in friend zone?
Yeah.
And you know he went the box.
And he probably do, but he's like a loser. Oh, I don't.
He like a what? Go ahead. Say the L
we're
word.
on the podcast. No. Hey, there's certain
He a
people.
loser.
No,
That's what you just said.
no.
Nigga, you watching this right now? She said you're a loser. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all niggas in the friend zone, bro. They don't respect y'all. They do not respect y'all.
How many guys do you think you could get with in a day if you wanted to?
Millions.
Yeah.
Infinity. If I wanted every single one of these guys, I could have them. Right? Anybody.
If a guy came over here, you asked him, you think he would say yes?
Yes. There's no doubt. 100%.
No doubt? Y'all down to test it?
Yeah, why not?
Would you hook up with any two of them?
Hell no.
One of the big things that men tolerate early on in a relationship from a woman that becomes a big fucking problem later on. You wanna know what it is? Posting herself on social media. The little fucking marketing scheme that she's running. Showing her beauty to the world, to all her little fucking gay male followers. And that just becomes the norm in the relationship. And I can tell you now, brother, this is very bad protocol. Any woman that comes into my life, all male followers are removed. Socials are set to private, and then she can post whatever the fuck she wants online as long as it's tasteful. But that is a gaping hole in many guys' relationships. You need to tackle that one head on. Otherwise, you're going to be going up against every single fucking guy that's hitting her in her DMs whenever you're having adversity with her or disagreements. You need to box that off.
When a woman has made it clear that she only wants to be friends and there's seemingly no way that you can change her mind, instead of fighting to get or attempting to get out of it or attempting to prove that she is wrong in her decision, here's what you do. Accept it. Even though it sucks, obviously, but what the heck are you going to do? You're not going to nice guy your way out of this and change her mind. So again, accept it and then you reverse it. Meaning start treating her like a friend zone her.
You ready? Reservations in 20 minutes.
Yeah, can you grab my jacket from the car?
It's right by the door. You're closer.
Ethan, seriously, you can't just get it for me?
I'm putting on my shoes. You're standing still.
A gentleman would just do it without being asked.
A full adult would grab their own jacket.
Wow, so chivalry really is dead.
Sure. Question. Did you pay for half a dinner last week?
That's different.
How?
Because the man is supposed to provide. It's traditional.
And traditionally, what's the woman supposed to do?
I'm not about to be some 1950s housewife if that's what you're implying.
So, traditional roles for me. Modern freedom for you.
Certain things are romantic, like a man taking care of things.
Taking care of cooking, cleaning, planning, those traditional things.
We both work, Ethan. That's outdated.
But paying for everything isn't.
You're being ridiculous.
I'm just trying to understand the terms and conditions here.
You know what your problem is? You keep score.
No, I just read the fine print.
This is exhausting.
Well, we know that no one hates women more than other women, and in a recent study that will be shocking to absolutely no one, the results showed that male students show more tolerance for their political enemies than females show for their own allies. That's right. In other words, women are meaner to people on their own side than men are to people who sit on the opposite side of an issue.
Okay, yeah. So this is why women in the workforce have destroyed much of the workforce. Okay, their emotional rivalry and contention and insubordination have made the professional world so incredibly bureaucratic because it's filled with rules and HR departments to manage the feminized conflict that fills so many institutions. So to make it worse, 76% of all HR managers are women. And so look, women are great. They bring great glory to the Lord. But let's just be honest for a second. Women thrive when they are at home, around their families, around their children, and a few friends. But beyond that, especially in competitive work environments, and if they're not extremely careful, they can produce a lot of relational liability.
I feel like you're an attention whore.
Do you know what people do when they're wrong in an argument? They start insulting the other person. You've called me an attention whore?
You are.
That's your opinion.
Mhm,
You've called
my
me an
opinion is
attention whore.
correct.
You've also called me a liar.
Because you're lying.
Like, to be honest, you're the one over here trying to find love. No wonder you're single.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. So lame.
Wow.
What's up, my guys? Have you ever heard the line, "You're such a great guy, but I would just never want to lose our friendship"? Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Well, I'm here to explain 5 reasons why you're just a friend and how to never end up in this situationship again. Number 1, you thought becoming her friend was the quick answer to weaseling your way into her heart. Sorry, guys, but you set the tone with this one. When you decided to act like a friend, that's all you'll ever be seen as. Number 2, you gawk over her. As humans, we're attracted to things that hold value. When someone shows that they're easy to get, we look at them as having less value. Stop bowing at my feet and instead place yourself on a pedestal. She won't notice you down there. Number 3, you never showed any sexual interest. How in the hell am I ever going to want to engage in anything with a man that has never given off any vibe that he desires me? Learn how to create tension. Number 4, you don't take the lead. If you're leaving the ball in her court, you're not going to get anywhere. Step up, grow a pair, and take initiative. You'll become 10 times more attractive. And lastly, you're always there when something goes wrong. Women love to have somebody to confide in. But if you're always that person that she leans on when she's going through a tough time, you're going to continue to be that person. Establish boundaries.
I also do. I keep my age and location private.
Why the location doesn't really matter, but why the age?
Well, because I already show everything online, I can keep some things private.
So we can move the show along. Can you just share your age, please?
I don't share it.
Why not?
For privacy reasons.
How would that have an impact on privacy?
How would it not? The more information someone has about you, the more they can... Yeah.
Maybe date of birth could do something, but your age seems...
I mean, I already post very explicit things online. I try to keep as much private as I can. Because I'm not going to give you my age. Yeah. Genuinely?
I mean, look, you're already trolling. It's the first 3
I swear I'm
minutes of
not.
the
I don't
show.
do it anywhere.
I mean, it's not just your age refusal. You're kind of doing a troll along with it. So,
Wait, what makes you think I'm trolling?
do you believe in
Besides the age?
tonality?
Oh, sorry.
Do you want to just go ahead, just for the sake of moving things along? Do you want to just share age? I don't need your date of birth.
Okay, we'll go with 21.
Doubtful, but okay.
He was carrying a pistol during a traffic stop.
Where's your pistol at on my side? Okay. Just put your hands on the top of the vehicle for me.
But didn't expect this silly mistake from this female officer.
I appreciate that being very honest. Oh, you're all right. Oh, shit. You okay? Put the gun down. Put it down. You okay?
The officer faced an internal review and is being removed from the department.
Now listen, you're going to want people to be patient with you. You're going to want people to understand and cooperate with you. The man has done all of that. And then you come over here. If the man says, now I can see the human brain does get tired, right? Especially if you, it seems like a lot of officers, they go through, we say there's not any downtime for them, like as far as mentally, because you're going to, like every traffic stop you go to, there could be something that goes wrong, even if it's a routine traffic stop that's just supposed to be, okay, you got a light out, go get it fixed. Here's a warning. That could turn into something violent or deadly. But this man is telling you and he's cooperating with you. And so now you're just trying to remove it from his waistband. When you're doing that, you have to be careful. You have to be extremely careful. Nobody wants to be shot in the leg. Nobody. I feel like that could have ended up worse, right? When people give you the chances, all I'm saying, to do the right thing, you gotta take it. This is one. It'd be one thing if you put the handcuffs too tight. But, come on, man.
Most men in prison are there over a woman.
Oh, yes, they are.
I remember when I was with Jim Brown and we did this thing where we would be talking to a lot of inmates. And one time we had about 60. We broke it down and everybody in there realized the root to why they were in prison was from a woman.
And let's
conflict.
go deeper in that conversation. Some men think they girl's gonna wait for them. They have phone time.
Yeah.
The girl to break up with that person on the phone. The guy gets so depressed. They don't talk about this, but this is facts. They hang the phone up, go to the top of the tier, and
A lot of men say that they're out here fighting for equality.
But we've made the decision to fight for total equality in every way.
Hey babe, just checking in, seeing how that deck's coming? Well, it's great that women occupy 65% of PR jobs. We still live in a world where only 14% of Alaska crab fishermen are women.
And 10% of roadkill removal specialists. Women are perfectly capable of things other than marketing, and they have every right to be down there mining coal with the boys.
50% of coal miners should be women minimum.
It starts at home, whether it's mowing the lawn or building furniture.
We've both been doing our part.
She actually put me on an allowance, which is pretty sweet.
I've never paid for a meal ever. You want to play Call of Duty tomorrow?
My schedule's wide open. We can do whatever.
Some fake male feminists like to celebrate the fact that women occupy the majority of life coaching positions, while there's still only 3% of brick masons.
Still a lot of work to be done.
I encourage any man who cares to enroll his wife in a brick mason apprenticeship. Don't let her quit her other job, though. She can do it on the weekends. I promise you she can handle it. She's stronger than you think. I think you're going to probably have to pay that one. You know I quit my job. Babe, I support you in both of your careers.
Some people think it's weird that I stay at home with the dogs while she's working at a steel mill because they're afraid of a working woman.
Newsflash, women are going to be in the workplace.
Especially this woman, because I've racked up quite a bit of debt. And don't get me started on the fact that 89% of cell phone tower climbers are men.
We offer subsidies for women in entertainment, but when it comes to climbing a cell phone tower, suddenly they're on their own.
Here's a list of grants for female filmmakers. Now here's a list of grants for female oil rig workers.
Women can and should be rig pigs, especially the butch ones. But hey, maybe that's just me who cares. Only 24% of morticians are women, but I guess I'm the crazy one for thinking women are perfectly capable of morticianing.
And a mere 3% of plumbers? That's what happened when our children see Mario and Luigi instead of Marjorie and Louise.
My ex-girlfriend was discouraged from plumbing, and because of that, she had to rely on me to pay for meals at restaurants. I stand for that no longer. Could do brunch first.
No, let's do brunch on Tuesday. Spread it out a bit. I want the patriarchy dead, and me dead, asleep, while my partner is shoveling snow in the middle of December.
My wife's texting me. She says we need to talk.
Yeah, she probably wants to talk about the fact that 90% of whale snot collectors are still men.
Or 94% of porta potty cleaners.
What message does this send to our daughters?
I've never killed a bug ever. That's something that your girlfriend is perfectly capable of, despite what propaganda will tell you.
It only comes bi-weekly, so sometimes I gotta get her to top it up.
It's not that it's never enough. It's that we want men who are actual providers. How the hell you gonna get in a relationship with me? You see what I got going on and you gonna come around and get lazy? You gonna come around and think you did enough in the beginning to sustain the rest of our lives? Are you dumb? We're here. We're here together. Right? He's providing the lifestyle. So that brings him up here, right? And I'm right here, right? Mm-hmm. We stay here forever. We're going to stay right here forever. We're going to be comfortable right here forever.
So question. Not enough. Hold up. Question. So it's not enough. Exactly question.
How do we build an empire if we stay right here? How are we building? That's like saying if we move into this 1-bedroom apartment when we first get together. No, listen, because we're here, right? And you're providing a lifestyle. We got a high rise. We live in the life. We got a high rise. You got a car. I got a car. We have our careers. You got children going on. I got my going on, but we're here and you are paying all the bills. So that makes you a little bit above me because you're providing the lifestyle, right? So you're here and we're here.
Most women don't want a man with logic. They want a man who agrees with their feelings. They'll say, oh, I want a man that understands me. Translation, I want a man who nods his head and says, yes, baby, even when I'm dead wrong. The second logic enters the chat, when you point out their contradictions or the flaws in their stories, now you're toxic, now you're negative. But the reality is most women aren't looking for logic, they're looking for validation. They don't want a leader, they want a mirror. That's why when they actually do meet a man who moves with logic, who doesn't bow down to their emotions, they say he's harsh, he's toxic. They call him everything but what he really is, which is honest. Let's be honest, ladies. If you only want a man who agrees with you, then what you really want is a yes man, not a partner.
What are your thoughts on the following statement? Dating for women is like shopping, while dating for men is like a job interview that he's paying for.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
We feel like they're runner-ups and contestants.
If women have an abundance of choices, would women ever enter an arrangement where they weren't knowingly in control?
No.
So if women are the choosers, how are men the leaders?
Good question.
How can men lead if it's by women's terms?
I have no clue.
Are men leading when they subject themselves to rejection at a woman's discretion?
No.
So then why do we say that men are leaders when women are in control?
We want you guys to lead while we're still in control.
Thank you for being honest.
And you said they won't enter into scenarios or relationships to where they aren't knowingly in control. I think we can extend that to them not wanting to enter into relationships to where they think they won't be in control. I have to sincerely believe that I'm going to be in control. There was the woman, once again, who put out like a 6-part series about being divorced and how, her husband was terrible because he said he didn't love her kid, which that was her child, by the way. And he had been with them since the young man was probably about, I won't say newborn, but he was definitely somewhere around 1. So he wasn't that old. So basically, since his birth, in so many words, he was there with her, right? So he put serious skin in the game, but he still wasn't a priority. And somewhere, I think, towards the end of their relationship, when he was expressing to her, I don't feel like you make me a priority, she said something to the effect of, you will never be more of a priority than my son is ever. And that, like, I think he knew that, but it kind of, when you say that to people, the way she was saying it, it's like, man, I can never do enough. I can never measure up. And it's not like I'm in competition. It's just, I think for men who women are calling them to be stepdads and they want them to quote unquote step up and be a stepfather, they want the man to be okay always being second. So at the end of the day, at the very end of the road, your opinion is always going to be second. You can pay the bills. You can treat me like royalty. You can treat him like royalty, but you're always going to become or always going to be second priority to him. So at any point in time, all the work that you put in, I can usurp that. I can pull that back. I can say that doesn't matter and give him, my son, control. Even if he didn't do anything, but be there. Men are like, man, I don't know if I want to sign up for that. And it's kind of the same thing with marriage. If you could at any point in time leave the marriage and then leave me high and dry, I'm not 100% sure I want to sign up for that, which is what a lot of men have a problem with. And that's what these women are doing. Well, I'm going to maintain control by divorcing him, by getting one up and taking this from him and taking that from him. That's what they do. And then they're wondering why men don't want to be in situations and relationships with them, because this is actually how they are. Not all women, but there's a lot of modern women out there that think, okay, I'm going to enter into the situation and make sure that I can use the law to my advantage, or family or social status or whatever it is to my advantage to get over on him.
You can tell who a person serves by how unconditionally they can love. In the modern world, we see it on social media, women will tell me all the time, well, you do all that for your husband, what does he do for you? He doesn't have to do a single thing. My love and my choice of how I want to love my husband does not change. It does not change, because God doesn't change. God looked at me once, a woman who was a sinner, who was going the wrong direction, hurting herself and others, and he loved me still. And he rescued me still, and he pulled me out of the pit still, and saved me, and marked me as his daughter. That was not conditional. Satan is conditional. The world is transactional. Satan says, if you do this for me, I'll do that for you. Well, if you're someone who loves that way, then we know who your father is, but he is not mine. My father is graceful and merciful and all loving.
And so it doesn't matter if my husband has a bad day. It doesn't matter if he can't do something for me right now. My love does not change. And it doesn't matter if I'm tired and I can't do something right now for him. It doesn't matter. The love does not change because our Father in heaven does not change.
But if you want to put it in a single sentence, you could say that feminization equals wokeness. Everything you think of as wokeness is simply an epiphenomenon of demographic feminization. Think about all the things that wokeness means. Valuing empathy over rationality, safety over risk, conformity and cohesion over competition and hierarchy. All of these things are privileging the feminine over the masculine. So if you have ever wondered why wokeness appeared out of nowhere when it did, that is my hypothesis, that all of the institutions that began admitting women in the 1970s eventually got enough women that they were able to reorient them. For example, women are consistently less supportive of free speech than men in surveys asking which is more important, protecting free speech or preserving an inclusive society. Approximately 2/3 of men say free speech, and approximately 2/3 of women say inclusive society. In moral reasoning, the traditional way of phrasing the difference between men and women is to say that women have an ethics of caring and men have an ethics of justice. In making a moral judgment, men will ask, what are the rules and what are the facts? Women tend to be more interested in context and relationships. So let's apply that to wokeness. When James Damore wrote his famous, or I should say notorious memo for Google, arguing that female underrepresentation in the hard sciences might not be the result of bias and prejudice, no one even attempted to argue that he was wrong on the facts. The reason that he was fired was because the things he had written might make his female coworkers feel bad. Or consider the Kavanaugh hearings. The masculine position was to say that maybe something bad happened to you, but if you do not have evidence, then we can't allow you to ruin a man's life and career over it. The feminine position was to say, how can you talk about rules of evidence? Can't you see she's crying? Now, to be clear, many women were revolted by the way the Kavanaugh hearings played out. In fact, the very best book on the Kavanaugh hearings was written by two women, Molly Hemingway and Carrie Severino. But a political system in which men predominate will tend to operate according to rules of facts and objectivity, and one in which women predominate will tend to operate by the rules of emotions and subjective facts. So even if there are individual men and women who fall on the opposite side of those camps.
I'm dating someone 25 years older than me. Yeah, an age gap relationship. And let me tell you the pros and let me tell you the cons. Because, baby, which one outweighs the other? Honestly, I feel like I always knew I was going to be with someone much older than me. Okay, not much older, but older, okay? And basically, I think it's more pros than cons. And that's why I'm in an age gap relationship. Pros are, I feel like they're more ready to settle down, which is good. You don't have to deal with a lot of drama. I'm drama a little bit myself, so we don't need to clash. I feel like they're more patient too. I could be wrong, I don't know, but I feel like they're more patient with you versus someone my age. I love that. It's also kind of fun because we're in totally separate generations, and it's just so exciting because I can show him my lifestyle and he shows me his, and it's just so fun. Sometimes we don't agree with things because of our age gap, but that's okay. I feel like they're more mature. In most cases they are because they have wisdom and things like that, and they lived a while, so yeah. You can learn a lot from somebody that's much older than you. And I love that because I'm all here for learning new things. The cons are, honestly, it's not that bad. The stares in public, of course, people stare because they're what's the dynamic of this relationship? They can't seem to figure it out. But yeah, the stares I'm kind of used to it now. Of course, family members not agreeing. My family, they accept him because they know who he is. He's a genuine, sweet guy, and I love that. It would be hard if my family didn't approve of him, but they do. Another con is sometimes, since I'm in a different generation, he doesn't get why I do certain things. It's just because, like, I was born into, like, the electronic, social media type of stuff, and he really wasn't. So that's kind of like a conflict with, like, social media. But that's okay, we're working that out. But yeah, that's literally like all the cons that I can think of. Age gap relationships aren't bad, honestly. If you're thinking about being in an age gap, just do it. Like, who cares what other people think? Like, age is just a number. Until next time.
So, I'm in my 30s. I just got separated with my husband because he didn't want to move up in, like, income-wise. He's 42, and he wanted to stay working, and I wanted to push him. Like, I would do his resumes. I would push him. I would be his cheerleader.
So, where's the child's father? In Chicago?
Yes.
What does he do for a living?
He's a loser.
What does he do for a living?
He drives Uber.
So you got pregnant and had a child by a loser.
Yeah,
because
I had her young.
And then you decided to separate from the guy who was brave enough to be the stepfather. What does he do?
He's a janitor. He works very hard. He's a good guy.
No, but you separated from the good guy.
Yeah, because
right, and okay,
Kevin,
so
I'm trying to tell you for real.
No, all right. So you're 31 years old. How old is your child?
She just turned 12 in July.
So you got pregnant at 18 or 19?
Yeah.
You have the master's degree and a 12-year-old kid, a nurse who had a baby by a loser who drives Uber.
Right.
And you had the nerve to get rid of a hardworking man for what? You think there's going to be a better one out there for you? You let a loser impregnate you. You have a loser's child. Then when you actually had a man who was character enough to marry you, yes, he married you, right?
Yes.
Then to be a stepfather to that child. So who paid the bills while your married ass was in school?
Me and him.
No, he paid the bills. You were working part-time. Could you have afforded to live and go to school without him?
No.
That means somewhere during your life, after you got a bachelor's and a master's, that no working janitor still had to pay some money towards light, rent, food, your college student loan debt, and he doesn't even have a degree. He had to spend money putting food in your child's mouth because it ain't his. He didn't even shut up. He didn't even get a child out of the deal. He's paying for another man's child who you called a loser. And then you have the nerve to come over here talking about, I divorced him because he wasn't ambitious.
If you're dating a woman and she starts talking to a new guy, you need to understand that you've already lost. Don't confront her about it. Don't ask her why. Don't ask her to stop. Don't try to set any expectation and say, oh my gosh, how could you do this to me? You can't do this. Don't do any of that. Don't get reactive. If the woman that you're dating starts talking to a new guy, you have to just understand that you've already lost. Because something happened along the way where she doubts your value. Okay, she doubts your value. Your job is not to try and prove to her, okay, why you're the better option. Your job is also not to negotiate desire. You see, this is what most guys try to do, is they try to negotiate desire at that point. She doesn't feel the same way anymore. And at some point, you just have to take the loss. You have to take the loss and you have to realize what you did wrong. You have to move on and you have to keep going forward. And this is something that most guys are going to have to do, or all guys will have to do at some point in their life. But most guys never actually just humble themselves and learn from their past mistakes. If she started talking to a new guy, there's nothing you can do. All you can do is move on. Just quit talking to her. Quit talking to her, quit texting her, quit calling her, just exit. Because it's going to be far easier on your mind and your mental well-being to just exit, okay, and find a different woman that actually has genuine desire for you. Attraction can't be negotiated. You have to always remember this.
It's my opinion that we need to bring back shame, because if we bring back shame, then people will correct their behavior. I think we should fat shame. I think we should her shame. I think that we should bring back shame.
Should we? You said fat shame, right?
Yeah, I think we should fat shame.
People won't get better from shame. That's not good.
I think
and
they
even
will.
so, it's toxic.
We need to bring back shame. Men shame each other all the time. Men constantly call each other out on their behavior and hold each other to a high standard. Women are so emotional. Oh, she's so mean. Blah blah blah.
If I developed eating disorders because
That's why
of fat
the emotional
shame, so you
stable,
still think
because
it's good.
No, I think you should get into the gym, which you are. Good
I am,
for you.
but I still have to deal with.
I mean, did you
24/7 mentally?
Did you deal with bullying, like about your weight? And look, now you've lost 60 pounds.
Not
I'm
because
sure.
of that.
I think some
Not
of it may
because
have
of that.
contributed.
Oh, so you think it was good?
Yes, if you've lost 60 pounds, then yes.
No, you think it was good that I was bullied?
I think we should bring back bullying. Yes.
And what if I starve myself for days?
That's not the right way to go about it. You should do it in a healthy way.
But sometimes you develop eating disorders because of these kind of things.
Men are shamed all the time.
What if I start shaming you on your hair?
That's okay.
Bro, you're not supposed to shame other people.
I want all of you women to listen to me and listen to me clearly. A man paying all of your bills is not what it's cracked up to be. Let me cook for a second, and you can ask any older woman that you know that has a man paying all of her bills. You're looking for a unicorn. You're looking for a man to come in, pay all of the bills, and for you to have an equal voice, and for you to be able to come and go as you please and do what you want. And the harsh reality is, most men that pay 100% of the bills do not look at you like an equal. They will feel like if they are providing all of the money, then you are nothing but another kid in that house, and you have to do what they say, when they say, how they say, and they don't want to hear your mouth, and they will not give you a safe space to hold them accountable. That's the harsh reality. And that is how a lot of you women end up being financially abused. And that is how a lot of you women end up being in situations that you cannot leave, not because you don't want to, but because after you hit a certain age, 40, 45, 50, you don't want to be uncomfortable. So then you become a prisoner of comfortability, because the only way that you'll be able to leave is to take you and your babies and go live in a shelter. And you're not willing to do that. So you can't afford to leave. He knows you can't afford to leave. And that's why he's going to do whatever it is that he wants to do. The greatest thing that you can have in your back pocket in this world is independence. Am I lying? Click the link in the bio. Book your one-on-one sessions today.